on, guys? I'm over here in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and I am at a botanical garden. So I just wanted to go around and show you all some of these amazing plants that are here. There's a little fountain behind me. Have some water hyacinths in it. You can see I'm using that for the filter, but pretty cool to see some water plants out here in Mexico. But we'll just do a quick tour through the whole place and show you guys some of this awesome tropical plants. Maybe we'll be able to get some of these back at home and just get some cool ideas. So I'll give you a walk through. All right, so we already went through the whole place with the tour guide, so I'm just gonna go through and give you a little update on what I found that was pretty interesting that kind of relates to koi ponds and stuff that we do back at home. So right behind me here is a pitcher plant. This is a carnivorous plant. This one is native to Mexico, but at home we have cold hardy ones that are native to the Northeast. But take a look at that plant in there. The top will actually close on this one, which is a little different than what we have. But the top will close on these when a bug goes inside. A bee can actually go in and out without it closing, but an ant or other insects will get trapped. So, little cool plant, and there's a view of it. But this is another plant that we have at home, and they're growing down here in Mexico as well. But this is tropical. So this botanical garden is actually started by a tourist about 20 years ago. He was on vacation here and saw that there was orchids at one of the restaurants, and he was interested in it. So he asked the waiter where these orchids came from, and there's this small town up in the mountains where they were growing a few orchids. He liked it so much he bought 8 acres privately. And over the years it's expanded. Now there's 33 acres here. It's all non-for-profit. The owner now lives here in Puerto Vallarta, and there's a big staff here that takes care of the gardens. But it's a non-for-profit botanical garden, and they're trying to get it to be a national park, I think, here in Mexico. But really cool to come out here and see all this stuff. And little did I know, there's actually another pond being built here at the garden. So kind of exciting to see the pond, where they're at and what they're doing for it. But I'm going to take you up here now to the pond. I wish I knew. I would have brought my work boots and helped them, but they are putting in a koi pond here now at the garden. So check it out. All right, you can see they got their liner in already. They're starting to get some of the boulders in. This is a different liner than what we use at home. It looks more like a plastic liner. I'm gonna hop in here, probably not supposed to. But yeah, this is like a plastic liner, like an HPE liner. Not as flexible as the Firestone 45 mil EPDM that we use, but they're starting to get the edges done. So my guess is they'll get these rocks over here, start stacking the interior walls, maybe do a waterfall up there. But pretty cool to see another pond going in here at this botanical garden. And this liner does not look big enough to do the whole pond, so they're gonna have to seam it or put it together and weld it. I'm not sure how you weld this type of liner, but it's very similar. River rocks, what we use at home. Obviously not Delaware river rocks here, but they're Mexican river rocks, you would say. But, a nice masonry wall they're doing on the interior of the pond. But I'm guessing a waterfall will come right down there. And I think they have like a top bog that they're working on as well. So I guess the waterfall is going to start up here and just go right down the hill. But pretty cool to see another water feature going in here at this botanical garden. Maybe we'll figure out how to make a donation, get some fish over here, or help them out with some equipment. Definitely really cool to see this being done. Some crazy ferns. I really wish we could grow a lot of this stuff back in New Jersey, but unfortunately it would all die in the winter unless you had a really big greenhouse to bring it in. Whoa, look at this. A lime tree, or so how cool is that? Just growing in the garden. Here's a map of the entire place, so you can just see how huge it is. 33 acres. Gives me a lot of ideas what I want to do here at the farm back at home. All right, guys, so here is a greenhouse, and these are all native plants to Mexico. So part of the way the botanical garden raises money is by selling these tile squares here. You can buy one and just have it put on a walkway, or you can buy enough to make an entire bench. But having these squares is a nice way to, if you're part of it, you can have a place here in the garden to recognize your contribution and what you do to keep this place going. And it's nice to see all the people that have donated and all the tiles around the park, but pretty cool. There's also a church here with awesome pebble mosaic all the way up. So we'll take a walk up there and give you guys a look at it. So we've done a few of these pebble mosaic projects before, and I know how much time it takes to do all this, but the detail in it is just amazing. Over here we have a pepper tree. I never knew this till today, but small seeds grow on this tree, and that's what they make pepper of. And if you bite one of the leaves, it actually tastes like pepper, so it's pretty interesting. But great views and just tons and tons of plants. And it's not just like a garden. There's so many plants that are just in pots, and it just takes so much time to take care of all of them. But look how nice this pebble mosaic looks on the downslope. All right, so headed down here, actually really cool. This is how pineapples grow. And I didn't know this, but if you cut the top of a pineapple off and then replant it, in just 3 months, you'll have another full-grown pineapple. So that's pretty interesting. And the pineapples aren't as big as what you see in the stores. Those have been modified to grow to that size. But we're coming up on the pineapples now. I'll switch the camera around and give you guys a look at the little pineapple grove they have. Some nice flowers along the way. It's another cocoa tree there, just no pods yet. This is a macadamia nut tree, but it's not the right season, so there's no macadamia nuts growing. I really wish there were, because that's one of my favorite snacks. All right, guys, check this out. Vanilla originated in Veracruz, but here now in Mexico, they are trying to make one of the largest vanilla producers. Actually, they are. This is the largest vanilla plantation on the West Coast. So here we are at the Botanical Gardens, and they are non-for-profit, but they are trying to do a few things to make some money. And they do sell vanilla currently at the gift shops. This grove of vanilla plants have been here now for 3 years. So they have another 6 months, and then they'll start to flower. After that 6-month time period, someone's gonna have to come out here every day between 10 a.m. or no, actually 5 a.m. and 10 a.m. and they're gonna have to see if they're flowering. Because if the plants are not in their indigenous region, they need to be manually pollinated. So if there's no one to do it, the vanilla pods won't actually be created on the plant. And that's what you need to produce the vanilla extract. So there's about 4,000 of these planted here in the woods. And it's gonna be a tough job, because during those 6 months after it's done, someone's gonna have to go around every day and check for a flower on these plants. And if there is a flower, they'll have to self-pollinate it. This is actually a type of rhododendron here. A lot different than what we have at home, but pretty cool. See, same root structure as a rhododendron back in the Northeast, but different leaves. So now we're walking back up the main entrance. So this is the main entrance that you'd see pulling in. All the different butterflies of Mexico. I hope you guys know what that plant is. It's agave, and that's what tequila is made from. Some people would say it's the most important plant in Mexico, but those people love tequila. To end the tour of the botanical garden, we're over here at their koi pond. They got a Victoria water lily right in the center. A lot of tropical lilies, but nice little formal water garden. Big Sanke in there. This koi look pretty old. Probably been in here for a while. Oh, there's a one Visa water lily. No flower on it, but some taro. The cool thing here is to be able to see all these koi and plants, water lilies, living together. Usually the koi get in there and they really uproot all the plants, but fortunately for them, the koi are staying out of the plants. They have, all the lilies are in pots, you can see there, but looks like this pond was here for a long time. They've retrofitted some white PVC in the bottom for some return jets. They got a bubbler down there. Not a ton of filtration. I peeked my head in there before. It's just a bead filter, an air pump, so nothing too crazy. But probably a good 40, 50 fish in here, so a heavy fish load. One thing that is helping is the plants are shading the water, so they're not getting too much sun, not that much algae. That's the filter house over there. So just a little bead filter in there, UV light, and an air pump. One pump running the whole system. Some more carnivorous plants. These are the ones that we have at home as well.